Welcome, everyone. It is Rob. Hope you are having an amazing day today. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type the number 1 in the comments section or the chat box or wherever platform you're watching us on. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate the 3. Got a bunch of ones from some, like Kevin. Brenda's got an 8. Okay, there we go. That's a new one. I'm going to get all friggin' wacky numbers now. Watch this. Welcome, everybody. Really do hope it was a great weekend for you. Hope you're having a good trading day so far with the S&P down. Again, is that surprising to anybody? It should not be. We're not in a bull market. I don't know if everybody's told you that or not yet, but we're not at all. All right. Yeah, Brenda, I know. Where's my face? So Microsoft forced an update after my team meeting that we just finished up a little while ago. And as it came back on, the camera will not work. So it tells me I need to reboot again. Well, I can't. We're getting ready for class. So yeah, upside down bull market. That's exactly it, Rick. Yeah, that's exactly it. So yeah, I mean, I was supposed to even be in, I was even supposed to be in the office today to do this, but it just, it got to be a crazy day. We got some exciting news coming out, hit the dockets in January. I've got some exciting news for Inner Circle. I may actually pop in there tonight and chat for a few minutes if I get a chance. It just depends what the rest of my day looks like. I do like the upside down bull market, Rick. That's cool. Looking for your 3,600 S&P breakthrough. Yep, we'll see. We'll see. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So, all right. So keep in mind as we get started here, everything we look at is for educational purposes. Nothing's meant to be advice or recommendations. You know, I don't know. I'm very much a music person. I always wished I had musical talent, could sing, play guitar. You know, Sean is very gifted in those areas. I am not. You know, some of you have heard me say this before. I've been told that I do sing well as long as I sing solo, right? Solo, no one can hear it. That's pretty much me. So even to the point that we were in the car one day, my daughter and I, and we go on these very long drives, taking mom home after Thanksgiving, and she wants to go and just talk. And she's asking, you know, as she was younger, asking all kinds of questions, you know, the questions of life about her faith and just what about this and what about that. And so I said to her one day, and my daughter's a singer, very good. She's won NISMA many times and just, she's really, really good. We've sent her for private lessons. And I asked her, so how do you feel when you get these people coming into the plays that you're in and they're trying out for these parts and they're singing and they really can't sing? She goes, yeah, it does kind of drive me crazy. I said, so I guess I shouldn't sing anymore, huh? And her expression on her face was like, oh, crap. Did I just say that to him? And I'm like, no, listen, I know I don't sing well at all. I mean, listen, I got thrown out of Catholic school choir because I wasn't good enough. I mean, how do you throw someone out of a choir in a Catholic school? You know, it's like, yeah, you probably should go somewhere else. You know, be an altar boy, which I already was. Well, okay. But as we're getting ready this morning to get started, I'm sitting there saying to myself, okay, welcome back, everybody. You know, and I'm like, oh, wait, welcome back. And what's your favorite welcome back song? Welcome back, Carter, right? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Tease him a lot, but you got him on the spot, right? What a great song. Yeah, I know. It was pretty sad. I hated it. I hated it. I felt horrible, you know, but hey, reality sucks, right? Everybody told me I wasn't going to amount to much in school, and they were right. Thank goodness I didn't listen to them about life. That was for sure. You'll never amount to anything in life. Thank goodness that they don't really have a whole lot of influence on me. Actually, tell me I can't do it, and I have a better chance of exceeding it no matter what. So, all right, we've got a lot of stuff happening. Patterns in a Flash Q&A coming up on the 12th. That is Wednesday night. Wealth with Spreads on the 13th. Trading News coming up on the 26th. Mastermind is tomorrow evening. Power Hour Trading Coaches Playbook. How not to get your ass kicked are all on the regular schedule. Pop Covered Call E-Mini are all on regular schedule this week. We'll make an adjustment to Covered Call next week because I'll be out of town on Thursday. Yes, Brenda, it's a holiday. It's just not a market holiday, right, for today. Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, whatever you want to change the name to day, whatever it is, we're open. I had even said it Friday in our company meeting. I said, are we is the market closed on Friday? And Sean goes, listen, I'm exhausted. So if you want to give me a day off, I'll gladly take it. But no, we're open. It's like, God, then I guess we're working. But yeah, we are open. We are open. Meaning the market is open today, right? Here's our follow us page. Make sure you are missing out on way too many things if you are not catching up with the latest and greatest that we put out there on a regular basis. Covered calls for it, folks. If you're not part of that, there's a great opportunity right now to take advantage of it. $249 for the quarterly. You got to use the coupon code covered. Lee, if you could drop that in the box, excuse me, in the chat box, that would be great. Thank you, sir. There it is, guys. It's just take advantage. Listen, come in there, check it out. I mean, we're doing well. Actually, where is it? I'm doing a case study right now on Twitter. And we came into the trade at $2 of cost basis after the first week. After our buyback and rollout for this week, we're at $1.81 on a very safe, secure type trade, right? Doesn't mean it can't go against you, but the probability of success is high. So I am logging every trade from this. We're going to document this, turn it into a case study. And yeah, it's exactly what it is, Brendo. You know, what's Musk really going to do, right? He invited back Kanye, right, to come back on the platform. I saw a bunch of news announcers say that if Musk actually does get it, if he does buy it, that they're leaving. I don't know if anybody really cares if the news leaves. Please do. Anywhere. I mean, Earth. By all means, all news announcers, right? It's ridiculous what we go through with some of these guys and gals. But just that trade alone, folks, would pay for your quarter and then some, and then some, and then some. Actually, the whole year of quarter, the way that it's worked out so far. And that's just one simple setup. We do 5. So go ahead and check it out. Lee dropped that link in there. Don't want to share that just yet. All right, so what trades did you guys do? Drop those trades in. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the SPX, and let's go take a look. See what's happening with the S&P. All right, So remember, I'm on a 15-minute delay here. So it shows 11:53 is the last update. There's your 15 minutes, okay? But everything is on this screen. This is the critical component of what I look for every day. So if you look at last week, so here we got Monday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on Monday of last week, we moved up and bounced into our blue zone again, right? That dreaded box of neutrality, that health zone, whatever you want to call it, okay? Health zone, this really wouldn't be health zone. It's blue, but it's not a health zone. So we got back in there. We bumped our head on the 8 moving average, and we had an explosive move out of there on Tuesday, on the 4th, right? Explosive move out. We ran right up into the 382. We chipped away at the top. We chipped away one more day with a lower high. The next day, we gapped down to that 3,700, ran down, gapped again, up a little bit, ran down, which is, I'm sorry, well, this was Friday, right? This is today. So today we gapped up. Ooh, wait, we're getting better today. No, it's not. It's just a head fake. Okay. Yep. Drop your trades in there, guys. So what happened then today is we're pushing back down and we're approaching that 3,600 level again. That's our next stopping point. Not the level I'm looking for, but it's the next stopping point. 3382.50 or 3382 half is really the level that I'm expecting us to go to on these moves down. It's not a today move. But unless something major takes place, and we're going to talk energy, oil a little bit today as our topic, but unless something major takes place in the war with Ukraine, with inflation, with costs of everything, not just gas. Gas is one of them. And by the way, the inflation numbers look better because the government is touting the number with the energy number in there. Take gasoline out of that number, and inflation has gotten worse, right? It's not a good number, no matter how you slice it. And if there are people that actually believe that the economy has gotten better, I get that jobs are still good. I get that. But jobs being good doesn't mean that you can afford to pay your bills because you have a job. I've taught debt classes at our church on not debt, but budgeting classes at our church for people to learn how to create a budget and how to stick to a budget. And I did a $50,000 income. which at the time was about the average on the island here, right? And now I understand there are people here that make a heck of a lot more than that. And there's some that make a heck of a lot less. But at $50,000, people in the audience are going, see, you show me how to make it work because I can't do it, right? At 50 grand, and 50 grand doesn't get you poverty level. 50 grand doesn't get you free medical. It doesn't. I know, because I know people that are on that, and it doesn't get you there. I think for two people, it's like 31 or 32, might be 32, 33, something like that. $1,000 that if you make more than that, you have expense for your medical. So really, you can't live on 50, but at 33, now we're going to, or less, we're going to give you free medical. You really need it. So what we're looking at for poverty level and what we look at for what people can and cannot afford, the market's not going up, right? We're looking at that 35, 84, 90 level right there, right? That's our key. For right now, that is our key. Let me get my mouse over here somewhere. No, I'm hitting the wrong key. I'm hitting the trade station button to bring the chart in, okay? If you look, that was just a week and a half ago. That's our lowest low on this retreat down. And we're back. We're heading back towards it again, right? And what's going to happen? I am looking for an ice break, an ice chipper to take place. I'm looking for a wick today, tomorrow, sometime this week to pierce through that 35, 84, 90 and then pop back up again. Ideally, it pops up above the 3,600. It pops back up and stops, closes there for the day. What we've now done is we kind of broke away at that 35, 84, 90 level a little bit. And now the next attempt down by the bears is boom chagalaga. We've got the opportunity to burst it wide open, press our way straight through, and then look for our next level, which is that 3,500 level, is that next stopping point. But in reality, we have once we break the 35, 84, 90, we have 1, 2, 3 hesitation levels to break through before we get to the 33.82 half level. 33.82, we're at 36 right now. So call it 34. There's 240 points left, right? Understand we're moving about 85 to 90 points a day on the S&P. So 2 to 3 days, we could actually blow right through that. Excuse me. And I'm not saying we won't have some up days in there, but if you have another run that is anywhere near what we've had before, and I'll scrunch it down, it may not look as bad, but watch. If you look at this move here, that was a fairly clean bearish thrusting pattern. Right? If I take that and put it from where we are right now, just that 100% retracement, that puts us down to 3103. Actually, the best way to do it is this. Let me escape out of here. Let's do it this way. Let's come off of here. Watch. AB equals CD. Yep. So 1, 2, 3. All right. Now I'm going to do the scrunch button. This 32, 72, 53 level, that is a 100% retracement. You know what? Let's try it this way instead. Let's move this here. And then let's scrunch it down. Let's move it back up. I really want to try to keep as much on the screen as possible. Okay, there we go. So what I did at this point is I went from that V top to that V bottom. So that's my A, that's my B. C is the highest retracement that we made up there, which in this case didn't make it up to the 50, but that's the highest we got. That's our C. And then it draws the other lines out automatically on its own. What we're looking at here is this number right here, that 100%, because that measures A to B, A to B. Maybe we should write, let's do it this way. I don't want it to look like a minus. A to B equals 100%. In other words, that was 100% of the move from here to here. Okay. So now what we're looking for is C, which comes off of our recent swing high, to D. We don't have a D in there, but that equals the same 100%. So from C, whatever the move was from A to B, we're looking for the same move from C to D. That takes us down to 100% move. So 32, 72, 53. Write that number down. Someone come back and remind me of what that is next week, next month, as we're moving through. But that is a 100% retracement or continuation from the move we just made, the leg we just made to the downside, right? And if we look, wow, hold on a sec. Let's see something here. Come on, where am I? A, B, C, D. A, B, C. So that took us down, right? And it's a little hard to see because I've got both of them on there. Let's try it again. What I'm basically doing is coming off of this previous one. No, it's not good there. I'm coming out the previous one. So if we come A to B to C, 100% of the move was right here. So we're looking for that move down to 36.60. Right, we went a little bit further. So now that was 100%. We went a little bit further than 100%, 120, 122%. So now we're looking at it all over again of the level I just drew, which was from this point right here, that start down to that low, down to that swing high, takes us to the 72.50, 32, 72, 53 level. Okay. So that's another 100% extension to the downside. Doesn't mean we're getting there. Doesn't mean we're not getting there. But that 33.82 half level, I think, is the next target. So as you are looking at, should I buy positions? Should I hold on to position? Should I go long? Should I go short? How long of a time period should I be looking at? You've got to ask yourself a couple of different things. The first thing is why. Know your why, right? We've talked about this. Why are you buying this position? Stock, option, whatever it is, spread. What is your purpose for it? Why am I buying Tesla? Well, I'm buying it long term. Okay, so that means you don't plan on getting out today. No, Warren Buffett. What's Warren Buffett say? If you're going to buy a stock for a day, you got to be willing to hold it for 10 years, right? It's not a one-day event. It's not a thing. It's buy it, hold it, and deal with it, okay? Excuse me. I have made initial investments in Google, in Amazon, and in Tesla at this point, right? I have naked puts on Tesla this week, looking at my second share of Tesla. I looked at just buying the stock and writing the covered call on it. And my immediate reaction, and John did it the right way, Wheel of Fortune, Tesla, and Plug, cash flow $900, right? So Wheel of Fortune is sell the naked put, put the stock, by the way, at $5 or $7 lower than it was trading at. I think is what it was. And if I'm exercised, so be it. And I could write the covered call and collect another $2 of premium on the covered call. Right. So instead of buying the equity, you could sell the put. But what's my reason for that trade? It's long term. It's cash flow. Right. It's cash flow. It is generating cash over and over and over and over and over again. Okay. Yeah, I mean, but that's just one. Then there's Amazon, there's Google, there's Apple. There's so many companies you could do this with. It's a matter of what stock do you think has the opportunity to rise up again as the markets get better? Because in reality, I mean, how many of you really think the markets are not going to come back anymore? We're done. We're going down from here, and that's the end of it. We're done. We're done. Stick a fork in me. It's over. Right? Let me know if you think that. Let me know. Give me a 1 if you think we're never coming back again. Don't bother with the 2s. Just give me a 1. All right. So far, nobody's dropped a 1. All right. Of course it is. It's a matter of timing the when. Right. So I'm a big fan of, as it goes down, to buy more, and it's doing it the right way though. It's doing it the right way. I anticipate that Google's going to go further down. Amazon's going to go further down. Excuse me. I'm still positive on my Amazon purchase on my shares. And that's without the covered calls I've written. Right? Because if you look, guys, if you look now, let me see. Let's go to Tesla. Just very brief understanding on Tesla. Okay. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. And I am looking at least at the highest is a 40 delta. I could write the 230s for $4.13 right now. Call it $4. Not a bad bid-ask spread either when you look at it. No pennies in there. It's all nickels and dimes. So you're not getting in at 513 or 413. That's not going to happen. 843. No. Right? You're talking about $4 of premium for a 36 delta. You want to be safer, come a little bit further out of the money. I'm about the 237 halves, I think. Right? It gives me $2 of premium for a week. $2 on a $200 stock is 1%. For a week, if I could do that every week, it's 4% a month. If I could do that for a year, that's 48%. How long does it take to get to 72 at 4%? Right? Well, 48 is a year. 52, 56, 60, 64, 68, 70, 16 months. 16 months. 18 months? 18 months. Yeah, 18 months, you double your account. Right? At 4% a month. At 3%, it's 2 years. You double your account. And that's Tesla. Right? If you look at Amazon, they're not going to be as high because Tesla's a more volatile company. It's a higher price stock as well. You look at Amazon, find the 40 delta. I'm not going over 40. It's 36 delta. We're at $1.50 or $3 away. Right? You do Google. You get the option chain. You do Google. We've got $1 on Google. So you got $1 on Google. You got $1.50 on Amazon. You got $2.50 on Tesla, upwards of $4. So $2.50, $3.50, $4, $5 a month. If you had 100 shares of each, that's $500 a month. That's $6,000 a year on these positions that you anticipate are going to go back up again anyway. All right. I don't know about you, but when I look at what the S&P is doing, and it's where this all started, what's your purpose of buying it? When I'm buying a stock longer term, my goal is to buy it and to write covered calls. If I am trading this short term, for me, it's a day trade. So Brenda said, how much time do you buy? Brenda, I'm buying the actual stock. I'm not buying the option. I'm buying the actual stock. So I'm buying infinite time. When I sell, I'm selling the front week only. Last week, folks, on Tesla, I sold it. Google. I sold it. I bought it back for pennies. I resold it again, different strike price. Now I had to adjust my strike. So I sold it for like $1.50 was the first one. I bought it back for, I forget, 12 cents or something like that. Sold it again for another 70 or 80 cents for 2 days left. Made a killing on Google last week. Right? So now Amazon is one I have more shares of. Google and Tesla are newer additions for me. I've wanted to buy them. Haven't had an opportunity, but at $220, $240 on Tesla, it's too hard to pass up. Right? So that's where we're at with S&P 500, guys. Okay? So John put in, excuse me, Wheel of Fortune, Tesla and plug, cash flow, $900. I love it. MDLZ, diagonal spread put from the covered call Explorer. Nice. That was a good setup. So great job, everybody. Give John some kudos. Barry said Tesla is no longer an American company. I think it's now Chinese. Well, the news out today was they delivered 85,000 cars from China. The thing is, Musk, I don't take Musk as an individual, which is why I like him as much as I do. I don't take him as an individual to cow down to anybody. If China's not doing what he wants them to do, he'll move it somewhere else. It'll be in India or Taiwan or USA again in a heartbeat if he feels like something is happening and it's all messing him up, right? Yeah, you got a bunch of kudos in there, John, for the trade. So appreciate that, everybody. Okay. So when you look at the overall market, there you are, right? So I asked you guys to drop your trades in. Not much today. Hopefully you're doing a little more trading than that. You just didn't type them in. Here's Amelia. Many of you know that she has a tool called Trade Watch Alerts. And she did a vertical spread on Adobe today. You can see the 937 entry at 3 contracts where she got a credit of 70 cents. And she got out of the trade. Let's see. Let's get exact. Oh, it's an hour. My bad. I thought it was 9:30. I thought she did it in less than a minute. So it's about an hour long. She got out of the trade for 32 cents. So she paid 70 to get, I'm sorry, she got paid 70 credit spread to do the trade, and she paid 32 of it back. So what is that? 38 cents of profit, $100 for an hour. I don't know about you, but I'll take it. All day long, I will take $100 an hour. Right? Just had this conversation with somebody who's making $25 an hour and has to actually do the work. Right? Here, you set it up, you walk away. John said his trade's up on Wheel of Fortune and walks away. Right? Yeah, Amelia, you're getting some kudos in there too. Good. Guys, today, if you were in market mornings, you saw GM, Lowe's, Merck, Procter & Gamble, and Rivet. Those were the 5. Today, bear call spread on GM, 15 cents if you took that trade. Lowe's, we did a bear call spread on Lowe's, $1.65 of credit legged into that trade. So I did this very specific way of entering in. Riven, who I don't think that I don't think the numbers are representing how bad it's going to be for them with almost 100% recall. I understand there's only 8,000 cars out there, but you come out of the gate at 100% recall, things are not looking good. But Riven was a bear call spread, 34.5 at 50 cents based on a leg-in. But talking about a 50-cent credit on $1 of risk total. So I can make 50 cents, I could lose 50 cents. That means I've got a 100% reward-risk ratio in there. And today I wrapped up on a couple of covered calls that I did not do on Friday that I didn't finalize things on. So I had some great trades go off today. Yeah, Barry said GM is also a foreign-owned company now. Yeah, I heard it wasn't 100%, Brenda, but it was near 100%. So there might be a few vehicles, either the newer ones or the very older ones, or just some they got lucky with, that they don't recall, but I'm not really 100% sure. It's just from the news story I saw. There you go. PK said $390 on SPY, and Riven $20 still in the market. All right, still in Merck, sorry. So SPY 390, Riven 20, Merck still in that trade. Good job, PK. I love it. I love it. Love it. Yeah, Brenda, who the hell needs steering? So what? You know, they'll figure it out. Okay. All right. So let's talk about, get to my slide again. Trading with an oil shortage. Rob, Saudi Arabia came out, Russia came out, OPEC's cutting. It didn't really affect much. Prices haven't gone up that much, a little bit, but I'm not seeing much yet. Yes, but you've got to look at ramifications. You've got to look at, does anybody know how much of our strategic reserve oil, and I don't know the number off the top of my head. I had it written down. I can't find where I put it, so I don't remember things like that. I don't need to. That's why I write them down, but it would be important to not lose them. Does anybody know how much of our strategic reserves we've already used? Right? It was a decent amount. The government announced that if oil gets down to about $80 a barrel, which I think whoever the energy czar, minister, whatever you call him, is, probably made a mistake telling them that, putting out in the world that when we get down to $80 a barrel, the White House may choose to start refilling the strategic reserves. And then OPEC came out and said, yeah, we don't want you to refill your strategic. Right? So just keep doing what you're doing. Keep using that energy up. You've given away 1 million barrels a day. We're going to cut 2 million barrels a day. And I'm surprised Russia went along with it, OPEC plus or not. I'm surprised they went along with it. because they need the cash. This is a way for them to get more money, right? Because there are countries that India that are still going to buy it no matter what from Russia. Doesn't matter what other sanctions everybody else is putting out into the world, they ain't doing it. So we may not see it yet, but you're going to. So, and it's not the oil shortage that, meaning you're paying higher prices at the pump. That's the only thing that you have to worry about. Yes, and for you and I, we worry about that all the time, right? Everybody wants to see that price at a fair and equitable price. Some want to see it really cheap. They don't care how equitable or fair it is. Just really cheap, right? For me. And I get that. But folks, if you want to travel on an airplane, they run on gas, on some sort of fuel, right? Jet fuel. So they need fuel to run it. But look at how many other products are used or made with petroleum-based products that you need some kind of fuel for that. So we're looking at what could potentially be a big push into much higher inflation, recession, without a doubt. All of these things can trigger based on oil shortage, unless we strong arm Venezuela, which I don't think it'll be that. I think B, we cower and bend over and take away sanctions to get them to give us more oil. And at this point, that's probably our only bet, since the government is not going to open the pipeline back up to Canada, because we really don't want oil independence, right? And I get the health issues and all of that. I do, with oil and energy and everything else. But when California announces in 2035 you cannot buy any longer a gas-powered vehicle, and then within a week they tell you don't charge your cars and lower the air conditioner, raise the air conditioner, make it warmer in your house because you may have blackouts and not be able to power anything. Can't do that. You can't come up with that kind of plan and not have it in place. I'm all about, less emissions and the carbon, all of that. I'm all for it. But you got to do it the right way. You can't just say, all right, I don't know how it's going to happen, but we're going to do it on this day. Tuesday is the last day we can do this, but we have no idea how we're going to do it differently. Kind of where we're at right now. So when it comes to trading this, folks, I think you're going to be dealing with potentially not just a bearish market, but a very choppy market for a very long time. And very long time is until we start to come out of this inflationary tract that we're on. And unemployment numbers last week, we had lower unemployment. People looked at it like, yes, but the Fed is not making it happen that way. With the yes, that's not what they want. They wanted unemployment to go up. If unemployment was going up, then this is working. It's working. And our unemployment right now is at historical lows, right? Which is great. People are working. But we still can't make things fit with what people are getting paid. And I'm not saying, I am not the person advocating that businesses should just pay a lot more money, because what they don't realize, I worked for a manufacturing company that we did about $75 to $85 million a year, right? That was our number every year. And it was a union shop. People wanted to get paid more money. The workers in the office wanted more money. Everybody always wants more money, and I get it. I want more money too, right? I do. If I make $1 million trading, I'd love to have $2 million. I always want more. But when you look at in this sector of manufacturing, that company took 2 to 3% to the bottom line every single year. So you're looking at an $85 million company that's making what? I mean, if you took, I can't do the math in my head, 85 million times 2%. There's my percent sign. It's $1,700,000. That's the profit on $85 million. Net, what the owner winds up with. Now, I want to ask you, are you willing to carry a payroll that's a couple of $1 million a month that you might make at the end of the year $1,700,000? Because you screw 1 month up. You screw up one order for Walmart, one order for Home Depot, two major companies that we did work for. One order for them, and you could be out of business with them, right? Or bending over backwards to try to get it manufactured again at your cost, and watch that $1.7 million go down to $200,000 of profit for the year. right? And again, I'm not here defending big business. I'm just letting you know there's a little bit more to it than companies make lots of money. Right? There are costs and expenses associated. Look, guys, we do well at Wealth Builders, right? All I can tell you is we started in 2016, 17 is really where we took off on Wealth Builders. And to this day, I have not taken a penny out of the company. It's not what I do, right? I don't live off of what Wealth Builders does. I purposely don't take the monies out, right? We run the company. I dump money back into the company. I could hear the gasps today in our meeting. Everybody in my team knows some of the new programs we're doing. And when I mentioned what our cost was that I spent last month, my wife would have a heart attack if she had any idea what we spent, right? More money than we made in salary for many, many, many years of our lives. Okay. Was spent last month. Okay. So, and again, guys, I'm not telling you this to impress you. That's not the reason. I'm not bragging about it. Right. Businesses do what they have to survive. What is that going to mean to you? That's going to mean that when there's an oil shortage and companies have to pay more money, if they don't have the money to pay, they're going to raise their prices, which means inflation goes up even higher. Right? So that oil shortage can and will lead to an inflationary tract if left unchecked. So, yeah, don't you dare do that, Brenda. All right, guys, go ahead and drop in the trades you want me to take a look at. All right, this is that time. So do that, and I'll go and cover the last couple of questions that are in here. Amen, Ellen. Amen. Let's just leave it at that. Let's see. We sold it back. So Barry said we sold about a third of the oil off, okay, of our strategic reserves. So there you go, PK. Lots of things use petroleum, exactly. Jeff said in FLA, in Florida, where the hurricane was, government says don't park care in garbage because of possible fire of cars. Electric cars. Yeah, exactly. I agree. It is too new. Barry said solar and wind currently save us 2.7 million barrels of oil equivalent each day. This number will triple by 2035 and might even quadruple. Might, may, can. I get it. I looked at solar for our house and they told me if the solar panel went out, it's 30 to 60 days to get it repaired for someone to come and do the repair work. 30 to 60 days. Does that mean I have no power for 30 to 60 days? That's a problem. Stephanie said CEOs make 324 more times, I think that means, than median workers. Not about your company, but for the big ones like Amazon, they can pay their frontline people more. If you took what they made and broke it up over hundreds of thousands of workers, yeah, they'll get $1 an hour more, but it's not changing their lives to the extent of where it needs to happen. Yeah, let's see. All right, so we got some candidates coming in now. Keeping secrets from Rosaria. Yep, that's exactly it, PK. Whatever she doesn't know won't hurt me. Rick said saltwater shorts out electric car batteries and they catch fire. Yeah. Hey Shane. So Shane said, hey, I've been trading for about 12 years. As you know, trading is great. It's time to learn futures now as I make money while I sleep. Do you have a course on futures where I can get to build with Wealth Builders? Yes, Shane. So Brandon Wendell does a live training. He's got tons of materials inside of it where he does live futures trading every day. He teaches you how he trades the mini size futures, which is the YM, the ES, the NQ, the RTY, and crude and gold. Right, those are the main ones. Lee, can you drop in a link to E-mini Think Tank? The good thing, Shane, is there's a 2-week trial to it. So you can take that and learn a little bit of what he does in there. And then if you want to just be spoon-fed some trades, he does a lot of futures spreads trades. I mean, I was sitting last evening at the wedding that we were at, and my sister-in-law is next to me, and she sees me look at my phone and said, "What's the matter?" And I said, where was it? We had a trade come through last night. Yeah, I deleted it. We had a trade come through last night from Brandon, where you've got Friday night, Tuesday night, doesn't matter. If the trade setup is 9 or 10 o'clock at night, he's sending trades out. If they come across, if his alerts go off, he's sending them out of what he's looking at. So his alert services is all based on inter and intra market spreads, Shane. And they are, well, that's the types of spreads he does, but they are all based on seasonality. So you might be trading hogs against wheat, or oil against gold, or oil against lumber, right? Whatever it is, it's just the seasonality of those products. The risk in that trade is very minimal. So that's called Weltwit spreads. So those two may be something to work for you. Yeah, Shane said, great. Look forward to learning. I like to trade now 24 hours. Yeah, so you got it, Lee. Just let Amelia know to reach out to Shane on these. I'm not sure if she's in here or not today. Can't tell. I see two of me, but I don't know who the other person is. We'll get it taken care of, Shane. You got it. All right, so let's go. Let's look at the candidates that came up in there. Make sure I didn't miss them because I was kind of following the questions first. All right, so Brenda's got Qs setting up, so let's go look at Qs. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. All right, so we broke the 266 level. Why is that seem like it's off? I may have dragged it and moved it off of the bottom there, but we broke through the 266 level. I mean, the 267 level on QQQ. Right, and that's today. So, I mean, Brenda, we've got down to that 258 level is our next support. Right, so lots of opportunity. Retest the 267, fail. If we look at Q's intraday, what was the exact number? 267.10. Doing 67.10. All right, so we broke. We bounced, broke through it again, came down, retested, failed, and there was the entry on Qs, Brenda. Right there, you go. Hey, Shane, I'll tell Amelia too. Brandon, person who does E-mini Think Tank, is doing a live training in New York this month. 27th, which is a Thursday. So you may want to check that out as well. Okay, so there you go, Brenda. I hope that helps. Let me know down in the comments below. Let's go take a look next. Rick's got 3 of them up there. Booking is the first one. All right, so there's booking. So we chipped away at the ice on Friday. We gapped up to the moving average. We failed, broke through. We're looking at 1634 as the downside target, Rick. This was booking, right? Yeah, 1635 is our number, right? So I'm just pulling back to the pop tracking sheet from last week from Sunday's class, Sunday's training. So yeah, 1635 is our downside target. So we've been there before, so we can do this again. For sure, we could do it again. So I like the setup, Rick. If you can get the retest and the fail, there you go. CMG, Rick's going after the big guns, baby. We don't have a lot of big guns left anymore after Google, Amazon, and Tesla moved from there. So on Chipotle right now, we gapped down on Friday. We retested and failed today up to 1487.86. So it looks like 1442 is our downside target, Rick. And we move $86 as a pivot, so 43 bucks a day on Chipotle. So a lot of opportunity there. And then T-Mobile, TMUS, T-M-U-S. They're slipping, Rick. Rick used to work for T-Mobile. My daughter has called them twice on help with our plan because they switched us out of Sprint to T-Mobile. Wow. Let's try waking up again. They switched us from Sprint to T-Mobile, and now a certain coordinator has to talk to us about upgrading our plans, and they haven't called us back 2 times with scheduled calls. So you look at T-Mobile right now, we're down on the day, but only 14 cents right now, but there's a lot of confluence at that 138.62, Rick. So if you move up and fail, 135.67. If you move up, retest and bounce, 145 is the next upside target. So hope that helps, Rick. Brenda's asking for Caterpillar, CAT. Cats out the bag, baby. All right, so Caterpillar's kind of in the middle. Right? They were better where they were. They gapped up, and again, in the middle, they ran up a little bit, not high enough. They backed down, not low enough. I need the bounce off the 176 up to the 183, or the breakdown, retest 176 and fail down to 168. Excuse me. So, Brenda, that's Caterpillar, and then CVX. Hey guys, sorry, between the Who concert on Friday night and the wedding last night, my voice is shot. All right, CVX, Chevron, they're down today, 158.09. Good ping pong trade between the 156.29 and 160.128. Good ping pong trade inside of them. So Brenda, I would, we're in a bullish bias right now, not true bull, but bullish enough to take a directional trade. I'd love the retest off of the 156 and the bounce. If it does, you've got 161 quarter and 166 quarter as resistance. If we break, get down below the 21, and then you got 150 as your next downside target. All right, I hope that helps. Let me know. Trip, how you doing, my friend? Let's see. AMD is the first one for Trip. There we go. AMD. Woo! So we did an AMD trade last week. Right, where'd it go? We did an AMD trade last week, 20 cents on a, sorry, I already tossed the page out, 20 cents on a credit spread. So I was very happy with that. And here we are back down again. So Trip, if we close there, you know what it is, right? You got a switchback trade if it closes right there. You go either direction, clear and concise entry, 48 to 57. That's 9. We got 8. So we need to split that level in half. -5, cuts that in the middle. So if we close where we are, Trip, you got to move down to 52.5 on the downside or move up to 61 quarter on the upside. It's like a little bit more to the down than up, not by much though. So I like it. I like it a lot if it closes here. It's just a matter of what the retest looks like. And of course, with the move, I prefer the move down. Although AMD can't go much lower. I mean, this is like Square and some of the others that we're dealing with right now. They're getting tiny companies now. IBM, $117. Go figure. So it's a good channel, but I think we're going to put a fib on it now. If you like it, then you should have put a fib on it. Yeah, probably right up there. We may need to redo that song. If you like it, then you should have put a fib on it. If you like it, then you should have put, I'm writing it down, a fib on it. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it, right? So thank goodness I'm not the one that's going to be singing it, though. So we got room down to 113, but there's no way that's all of it, right? Oh, actually, yeah, we've got almost $6, so that's good. We don't need to fib it on there. So 113 is the downside trip. Retest fail from where it closed. And if you look on Friday, we chipped away at the ice. This signal, this hint in advance is the bears tried, and the bulls pushed them back a little bit. Just a little bit. They pushed them back. But they've opened up the doorway. They've chipped away at the ice for another attempt. And today's attempt went pushing right through. We'll see if it holds, but it's been a good move so far today. Right? So there's IBM trip, and then we got Micron. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so Micron sitting at 50.63. Trip could be a switchback trade with a better move to the downside, depending on where it closes. 51. Yeah, it's not much room in there. 52.5 is the 8. So the upside really doesn't work much. But it isn't a true bearish bias. So break the 50.63, 47.67 is the downside target. That's next. All right, hope it helps. Trip, let's see. All right, got it. Yeah, T-Mobile dropping the ball, exactly, Rick. Trips, Rick said it looks like my IBM fib might be off a little bit. Let's see. Is that the one I adjusted? I think we're okay on IBM. I think we're good there. Appreciate it, Rick. Let's see. Oh, the previous one, maybe. On YBM, it's on YBM. You can tell, guys, I'm shot, voice and all. Maybe it's good that I'm not on camera today. On IBM, why not at the low of the 118.61 for the zero line of the fib? Okay, let's see. Is that what this is right here? Nope. Okay, so the fib that we drew there, PK, was a good fib. We're waiting for a breakdown below the 618. I didn't measure this here, but it looked like, and I could be wrong, but it looked like this was bigger. So let's duplicate it. Oh, it's going to be from up here. Sorry. So it looks like the first fib was slightly bigger. Right, if we measure it instead, we're at 13.15 versus 12.45. So the first one is bigger, PK. And we can't look at this yet on today because we haven't closed below the 618. But if we close below the 618, then we should be shifting over to the new fib here, but not until we get to close below. Sure, Chris. TPL, just so you know, I don't normally see Q&A. Lee had dropped a message in for me for that. So, but we'll take a look at it. Absolutely. TPL. Texas Pacific Land Trust. All right. So let me see something here. All right. First thing I'm going to tell you is caution because of volume. There's only 34,000 shares traded today. So not a whole lot. I don't know much about these guys. So let's go look a very deep dive on what the big picture looks like in there. All right. So they've been around for a long time, last decade. So let's see. You know, we've got what looks like the start of a fib in here. Yeah, we got the pullback to the 236, so that's valid. 1966 up to 2076, about 100 points. This moves about 80, 90, 90, 80, so 85 points a day, give or take in there. Is this an optional stock? The volume is the reason I don't, I'm looking at the wrong place to find the symbol again, TPL. The volume is probably the reason I don't know them. TPL, let's try it again, Rob. Okay, there you go. Yeah, a little spotty. The very first instructor I ever had, his definition of what this chart looked like is grandma's teeth. That not my words, his. But very choppy, very spotty, all over the place, you know. So be careful just on that. When we look at the options chain, there are none. So as a stock standpoint, you've got a great move that's taken place in there, but I'd wait for the bounce. Oh, let's go back to moving averages. I'd love to see the 8 moving average have a confluence of a fib line and a bounce from there for an entry. All right, so not much for you there, Chris, but I hope it helped. I wish they had options on them. You're welcome, Trip. Rick is asking for Disney. All right. Ooh, man, what a move. Today was the day to catch it, too. Hope you did, Rick. So 87 to 99, 12 points. We need to split that level in half. So we're going to add a negative 136 and a 118. So if you got the trade today, Rick, awesome. 93.25 is support. If you didn't, it needs to either get back up near the 99.5 or break the 93.5 level, that 93.35. Yeah, Deborah said, surprise, no options on that large of a stock. Yeah, it's just there's not a lot of volume on it either, so there's a lot to it. Okay, I think I got all of the questions answered there, got all the symbols done. Right, guys, make sure you're constantly checking out tradinglikeaboss.com, where it's nothing but free resources on here. You're going to see, and I'm not going to give you the third name just yet, but wealthbuildershq.com, of course, our primary site. Tradinglikeaboss.com is going to be all of our free resources site. And then there's one other one that we're going to be tying those 3 sites together. You'll have ways to get from every one of those to the others. So right now here, there's a place to go to wealthbuildershq.com. We'll have a place to also go to this new site as well. And same thing from Wealth Builders. We'll have it probably in the footer. And I'll show you guys where they are at the time. But those 3 sites are meant to show you different content, different things. So the one is going to be a site. The other one is a site, me. You'll see some personal stuff up there for me. There'll be some photos and things like that. Maybe a video from the Who concert we just went to the other night. You can catch that on my Facebook channel. If you're on my personal Facebook page, you can see it up there. Mine was a full video. I think it was Baba O'Reilly is the one I put up. I think. I recorded like 10 songs while we were there. Killed my phone that night. But the other site is I am doing a full-blown, this is what a Fibit is and how it works. And yes, I invented or discovered, rather, not invented. I discovered this. That will be the announcement to the world of what Fibits are and how they work. So you're going to find that reference on my own site. So again, this is Rob as the trader, Rob as the coach. These are the things that I do. Right, so I'm looking forward to getting that site up and done. Yeah, Rick said I saw the Who footage from you. Good. Yeah, I know. I think it was PK maybe this morning said that he thought it was good video. And yeah, we got really late seats for the show. It wasn't quite sold out, but it was a good amount, and anything decent was sold out. So we were up a little higher than we like to be, but we were right up on top of the stage, so you couldn't miss anything. Yeah, well, it was PK from this morning. Yeah. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You have a great rest of your day. God bless. I will see each and every one of you at our next update. Go and bookmark tradinglikeaboss.com, and I will see all of you at our next update. Make sure you are in the market mornings, and we're going to make that easy for you on the members area. We're going to put a banner here, and that banner is going to take you over that you can register or get right to, rather, the current link for Facebook, the current link for YouTube, and the current link for LinkedIn that we're using right now. You'll be able to get right into those sections, those areas, right from the homepage. So you never have to search around trying to find where it is on your social media site. All right, have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.